guys, in the last video we looked at 3 trade ideas including Virgin Galactic, NIO and Viacom CBS. Today I'll give you an update on those 3 trades as well as provide you with 2 brand new trade ideas. All they ask in return is that you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. With that said, let's get straight to it. So let's pick up where we left off. So last week we looked at Virgin Galactic and we said that the 46.20 area will be a key area. And you can see from the chart here that price did not close above the key resistance level for at least 5 trading sessions, and we did pull back as expected. We got as low as 43 before the pop we had on Thursday, which pushed us through resistance, with price now looking to retest the recent highs of 57.50. Beyond that, it will depend on how the launch goes this Sunday. So the next launch for Virgin Galactic is this Sunday, where Richard Branson will be on board. If it goes well and to plan, we could see another big jump on Monday. So the focus really now shifts to that event. Let's now shift focus to Viacom. So Viacom was another stock that we're bullish on. And this has been a slow mover since April. After breaking above the 200-day on the 28th of June, price came back to retest it. However, price has fallen below the 200-day, and you can see from this rising trend line in blue where price caught a bid after hitting a low of $40.70. Now the immediate hurdle will be 43, followed by the 200-day at 44. I still remain bullish on this stock, even though it's a slow mover. However, a close below 39.50 for me would be a negative. We don't want to see price heading below that, because after that price could crash down to around 35.60 36. But for now, I still remain bullish, though this is one of those stocks where you rather own the stock and hold it for the medium term. My third pick was NIO. So I mentioned in the last video, which you can find in the description box below. So I mentioned NIO's immediate target was 54.30 before I thought we'd get a pullback. That's exactly what we got. Look at what happened. We got a pullback at 54.30. Price has now back tested the breakout area from the 28th of June before it tagged the 200-day. What a great pullback to confirm last week's breakout. And look at what's happened to price since then. Just incredible how technicals work. For me, this is now a clear buy signal because we've retested the breakout, we've tagged the 200-day, which is a significant moving average, and I think this now kicks on higher. So now on to my new trade ideas for the week. Have a look at this chart. So you might think, wait, did you not just show me this chart already with NIO? Although this chart looks similar to the last one, this is actually a chart of Tesla, which has a very similar setup to NIO's, which kind of makes sense because they're in the same space in the EV market. Now you can see here price broke out on the 24th of June. The retest then occurred on the 6th of July, followed by the 200-day being tagged before the rebound, just like NIO's. The difference is, you could argue this chart is front-running NIO because the breakout occurred earlier on Tesla. So I showed you the daily chart. Here's another view of it using the weekly chart. Just have a look at that. You can clearly see here it's attempting to break out. In terms of fundamentals, so again like NIO, focuses on deliveries. So Tesla delivered 184,800 vehicles in Q1. Now Q2 surpassed that when they delivered 201,250 vehicles, as you can see from this headline. Also check this headline out. The Tesla Model 3 was the best-selling car in June in Britain. Not the best EV vehicle, the best-selling car, which is just incredible, right? One thing to be cautious about is there's still safety concerns around some of the Tesla models, especially the Model S. Though Elon Musk has said there has been a lot of development that's gone into the battery to make it more safer. So you can see some of the headlines that have come out recently where there is a bit of caution around some of the safety concerns around some of the Teslas. Despite that, there's still a lot of good news. You've got Tesla planning to begin production at its new gigafactories, one in Austin, Texas, and one in Berlin in Germany. Also, there are multiple brokers with buy ratings on Tesla. And here are some of the targets. You can see Morgan Stanley has a target of 900, Mizuho has a target of 820, Credit Suisse 800, Goldman's has a target of 860, all representing upside potential according to these brokers. Speaking of brokers, I'm actually bearish on one of these brokers. Here's a chart of Goldman Sachs. Let me show you why. Goldman Sachs broke an uptrend that stretches back to November last year. On the 17th of June, this trend broke down. That same trend line got retested last week, and this week has confirmed that trend break after price held below it. Now 344 is likely to be the first target, being the low from 21st of June. Couple of things to note. So earnings season starts next week, and you've got Goldman Sachs reporting on Tuesday. So that's one thing to be wary of. The stock will move on that. But ultimately, the reason there's been so much weakness, not just in Goldman's, but in banking stocks overall, have a look at this chart. You can see here, what this is showing is it's the 10-year yield minus the 2-year yield. And you can see it peaked at around 1.6% and has been declining fast this month. Effectively, banks lend long and borrow short. So they tend to lend for like 10, 30 years, and they borrow on a shorter basis, 3, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. What this chart actually shows is as the spread between the 10-year yield and the 2-year yield reduces, that's effectively their net interest margin falling, which means that will hit their profits. That's what you're seeing weakness in banking stocks. If yields are falling, especially more on the 10-year and the 30-year versus the 2-year or the 1 year, that hits their bottom line, which is their revenue, which impacts their profits. So that's why I'm bearish on Goldman Sachs. So that's my weekly update, covering the 3 stocks we looked at last week and 2 new trade ideas for this week. I hope you found this useful. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you at the next one.